Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is a little bonus reading. Us tarot readers, we tend to do monthly readings, singles love readings, twin flames, career, but we never really ask, how are you doing? So this reading is a little check-in for you to see how things are going with you right now. Of course, it may not resonate with everyone, but let's see how it goes. These are all about, your secret thoughts or things that you are going through, moving through at this time, just to see how you're navigating it and how things are going to work out for you as well. So let's get straight to it. As you can see, I'm back in my usual space as well. It's good to be home. And let's get straight to your energy reading. Now, before I even start, I'm scrying in the water as I do this reading for you, and I'm seeing 2 magpies. Now, 2 magpies, what is it, the rhyme that goes with it? 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. So 2 magpies, something good on the horizon for you there. Could literally mean that you're listening to this reading and you can see 2 magpies. Perhaps it's an omen of something that you're going to see that is to come. So look out for that there as well. But yeah, 2 magpies. I mean, these could show up in real time. Or it could be a logo, could be on a reel, could be on a movie. So just watch out for 2 magpies because it coincides with something that is going to be celebrated by you, something that is going to bring you immense joy, okay? So let's move on there. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Well, first off, the energy that I can see is you are acutely aware in a very mature way that you are the student of life and that you're trying to learn as much as possible about yourself, about the world around you. You're really tapping into your intuition at this time, looking at your fears, looking at things that bind you to the spot that perhaps are not good for you at this time. I feel like you're doing a lot of personal development, but the main energy I have is all the effort that you put into life. You may be sort of really focusing on that at this time because some of you are making some major changes. It's almost like you're looking to the future. All the effort you're putting in now, you're looking to the future to see how things are going to work out, and you're busy trying to shine your light. A lot of you are also doing some healing work there. Now, a little bit like one of the other readings, I've been taking 6 cards. As you'll notice, I'm only using 1 deck this time, which is unusual, but I really want, a direct reading, straight to the heart, something that is simplified but also has a lot of depth. So that can come from this 1 deck. And normally I would take 6 cards, but I'm being asked to take 7 for you. So that's really interesting, very unique. I've been taking 6 for most of the other signs there, bar 1. You are the second sign that needs a 7th card there, but it's to indicate stability. You got the 4 Pentacles, so that indicates you creating a life of stability, getting more grounded in your everyday, but almost this energy of you not wanting to let life pass you by because you're trying to find that balance. Now, of course, you are Librans and your indicating sign is the scales, so I feel you're looking at all the effort that you put into life in general and how you can bring the spark back, how you can really be more inspired And that Four of Pentacles is a little reminder that, you know, of course, we all need to focus on finances, security, and the everyday, but also pleasure, fun, spontaneity is important too. So some of you are trying to find a pocket of time for you to be able to do that. But let's get straight to the energy. Your first card there is the Page of Pentacles. You put your whole heart and soul into every single thing that you do. You make so much effort. And right now, I feel like your effort is going towards your energy, as in personal development, growth. You're putting a lot of energy into yourself at this time. You know, I feel like you're being really practical and, you know, you're being very realistic about your circumstances. But the star energy also indicates you're wishing for something. So you're putting a lot of effort and you're hoping something will turn out the way that you hoped for. Well, it will. I definitely see that happening there. There's something being offered to you, something that you've been manifesting. Because you're following your heart, it will be manifested. It will show up on the physical plane. The Four of Pentacles tends to mean something that was in your mind becomes, you know, present in the material plane, something that you can physically touch. You know, thoughts become things. So I definitely see that you are in a period of almost like revamping or reimagining your life in some way, okay? Doesn't mean that your goals are changed. It may be that you're trying to approach things in a different way. But ultimately, I feel with the Page of Pentacles, you know, you may have had some experiences in the past that taught you lessons about the effort that you put into situations, people, circumstances, and you're really checking the reciprocity, the exchange there. So I see that some of you, you know, it's like you're not going to, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, I just get this energy of like, you know, whenever you find yourself in a circumstance, you're always the first person to offer yourself up to the circumstance. So, for example, if you tend to go to a restaurant or a bar or something, and, you know, you're always like the sort of first person to offer to get a round of drinks. It could also be that if anyone needs help, you're the first person to offer your help or offer advice. You know, you're always there offering yourself to people, circumstances. And I see this Three of Wands here. It's really interesting because it's almost like you're not going to change yourself, your kindness, your generosity, your spirit, your compassion because of these experiences. But at the same time, I feel like you're not rushing in to offer your help and your generosity. I feel like you're just standing back a little bit. So some of you may have been experiencing some sort of conflict recently with a person, or for example, if you're a parent and you've been going through a difficult time with a child or children, maybe they're at a difficult age there, I just get an energy here of you just kind of stepping back a little bit and allowing the situation to breathe a little bit more. But I still feel like you're there for the person or the situation. So I'm only giving you an example of what it could be, like if you're a parent, but it could also be within a friendship. It could be within a relationship. Something has been very testing for you recently, and it's almost like you're trying to take stock of the situation. Just withdraw in order to work out the whys of the situation, why this is happening. So, I mean, it could be at work if you're in a career, could be in the community, for example. For some of you, you tend to stand out, okay, from the crowd in general because of your light. You have a natural inner light. You are a beautiful person to be around. You know, male or females is not a gender-specific reading. This is about your inner light. I feel like you've had some difficulty. You've experienced a lot of darkness or some traumatic experiences, but you're trying to overcome that, heal that. And I feel like actually you're in a period where you're having major epiphanies and you're sort of like getting a lot of closure on those situations. So you're not allowing these situations to dull your shine. And when you enter into a space where people are not truly happy with themselves, they feel intimidated by your energy in some way, you may notice that they close down or they in some way try to push or force their expectations upon you to dull your shine in some way, or they may try to, you know, be a little bit mean sometimes. Some of you may have experienced people being toxic or mean because they want to, you know, put you into a little box of their expectations because they feel next to you that they are in some way not enough. Because it's almost like these people, they're allowing their fears or their insecurities to elevate, and that may have led to some experiences in your life. And I'm not talking recently, I'm talking about your journey to date, where you have started to come out of all that. Release the toxicity or disconnect from people who have been toxic or situations, and you're almost like rediscovering a part of yourself. So, for example, if you're in a highly toxic relationship in the past and it really damaged how you felt about yourself, it's almost like you're coming out of that now, and it just feels like you're starting afresh. I mean, it could be also that you've been in a toxic career and you feel like you want to learn new skills to come out of that situation, to start afresh. Because I get this energy of wanting to start over in some way. You got 2 pages here, which is an energy of learning about yourself, you know, really looking at your investments, where you spend your energy. And this is across the board. It's with people, situations, could also be with food substances, for example. You know, the Devil card is present here with the 2 of Swords. So some of you right now, you may be trying to identify something that's making you feel a bit off. So whether it's, you know, an environment, or whether it's a food substance, maybe you're feeling a little bit lethargic or a little bit of brain fog there, or bloated, or there's some sort of reaction. Some of you may be trying to pinpoint at this time what it is, and I feel like you're going to locate it and you're going to move on from it. So if there's been something that's been bothering you recently, I definitely see you moving away from this, and, you know, sort of what I see here, because you've got the 2 of Swords and the Devil card and the 4 of Pentacles, I would say for some of you, and again, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, but some of you, you may be sort of identifying something that's really tempting, that you are drawn to, that perhaps you feel is not great for you. But I feel like you take ownership of that temptation, whatever that is. You know, for me, for example, it's like a coffee and, you know, I say a couple of biscuits, right? But then suddenly, if I'm having an off day or a bad day and, you know, things are just not going the way that I'd planned in some way, suddenly those couple of biscuits turn into the whole packet. And I'm like, well, who ate that? Oh yeah, that's me, because I'm the only person here. So, you know, I feel some of you are looking at different areas of your life. It could be that, for example, you know, one day you're kind of, if you're in a career and there's someone trying to micromanage you, you could be like, you know what, I'm going to leave this place. But then suddenly you're tempted to stay because you think of the money and you think about paying your bills. I've been there, I understand that. But the universe may be giving you signs. If that's you right now, I see an alternative opportunity coming in. So if you are putting your resume out there, there is something that you will really love. You're following your heart and it will never lead you astray, okay? So this reading is not really about career or retirement or, you know, love or anything like that. It's more about yourself. But these experiences are sort of extensions of ourselves because we find ourselves in those situations. And you're kind of like identifying things right now in your life that still resonate with you, okay? This card also is an indication that a lot of you are focused on your finances at this time, or your commitment to security, your commitment to, you know, things that you're building in your life, building an empire. And some of you, because the Page of Pentacles is about studying. So with the star energy, I feel like you may be studying something to do with healing. This could be for yourself. Could be that you're learning more about yourself and how you can have more optimum energy, how you can really stand out in a sector, or how you can integrate in some way in a community. But that Page of Pentacles, it's an energy of you hoping or wishing for some sort of news on something that you have been investing in for quite some time. I mean, with the butterflies there, a lot of you are wondering how to transform your finances. So this could be something that's been worrying you, because we do have the 2 of Swords there and the Devil card. But your outcome energy is the 4 of Pentacles, which means, you know, there is going to be a stable amount of finances coming in. You know, there is security there, long-term security. So I definitely see with the Page of Cups, you know, the universe is actually sending opportunities for you to get what you're wishing for at this time. You're aligning yourself with that. But ultimately, I feel like you are kind of like looking at yourself and recognizing that actually you really are a gift. You know, I feel like you've looked at past situations where you gave away your power. You didn't mean to, but you found yourself in a situation where perhaps you know, accepted less than you truly deserve. You know, we all as humans, we go through that. You know, relationships, environments, job opportunities, you know, friendships. You know, sometimes we accept less than we truly deserve, and we give situations second chances. We try to, resolve it within ourselves. And I feel like you're just starting to really come through this by looking at past situations and think, you know what, actually, I gave a lot to that situation. And what did I get back in return? So I feel some of you have been a little bit nostalgic recently. That may be because of the eclipse or the fact that we've gone into Mercury retrograde. These things come up so we can process them, but I definitely see major healing happening for you as well. I mean, we've got the star energy, so this really is about you aligning yourself with your goals, with your wishes, but also with the Two of Swords there, some of you are seeking answers at this time. You're trying to get clarity on some situation where you feel like you've given your all to it. So whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's an experience, I feel like you're kind of trying to clarify something within yourself. Try to be a little more hopeful about the circumstances, but also identify where the pressure is at or the pressure point of the situation. The crux of it, where either the toxicity lies or where the fear lies or where the feeling stagnant lies. Because I get a sense here that some of you, there is a stillness, and I'm feeling this across the collective where they're just inside, there just feels like no matter how much effort you put into a situation, no matter how much time you're spending on something, some of you are still feeling like you're standing still or you're still in the same position and that you should be further along on where you hoped to be right now. So either something you're working hard towards, whether it's a project or personal development, you may feel like you've still got a long way to go, but actually you're going to see progress. You're going to see progress really soon, and you're going to be really proud of yourself because you're making the effort in whatever situation this is. Now, the star energy, of course, is healing. So some of you may be, I'm getting an energy here of someone trying to offer some sort of olive branch. Okay, so this could be, well, it's got to be a person. I feel this person has been immature in a situation, and this could be someone from your past. It doesn't have to be like someone in your present moment, but I feel for some of you, it's almost like you're moving on from this situation, but you feel that this person, they tend to be in a cycle of repeat. Nothing ever changes, okay? So I do see that you'll move on. I feel like letting bygones be bygones will be part of it, but also I feel like we have to recognize that no matter who the person is, we don't have to allow toxicity into our life. We can empower ourselves and say, actually, you know what? I don't need this. And protecting your energy. Because I feel with the Two of Swords there's an energy of protecting your energy, keeping your guard up against something, protecting your inner peace, your inner sanctuary, releasing toxicity across the board. I mean, the Devil card and the Two of Swords is in the resistance position. So those two cards, that's exactly where you want it to be. So I feel like you're seeing clearly now on a situation that perhaps you gave the benefit of the doubt with, but in order to release the karmic load, I feel like you are being the bigger person in order to sort of let bygones be bygones and move away from this situation. It will be healed, but I feel like you just are moving on. It's like it's in your past now and you just want to, I just heard it's in your rear view mirror, okay? So that means you're definitely speeding away from this, whatever it is, okay? Now also the star energy is, to come out of a testing time. Also, some of you may have been confused on something because I feel something has changed for you and there's an area of your life where you've been feeling a little bit stuck, or even that you have been so tested that it's made you a little bit snappy. And I feel like you are embracing a new way of living, a new phase of life. And I actually see here that you are really connected to, embracing your higher self, and to, how can I put that? It's almost like for some of you, you've been like dormant. It almost feels like you've been on hold in some area of your life, and now it's about letting yourself be seen or letting your light really shine after a long period of, reflection is what I'm seeing there. So some of you, it could be that you are almost like, I don't know, I don't want to say like waking up, because it's not that. I feel like you're someone who is acutely aware of what's going on in your circumstances and your surroundings and the world at large. but it's almost like an inner personal awakening where you're establishing your power. And I feel like you're really saying, what do I wish for? What is it I need in my life? What is it I want? And you're not being selfish. I see that you've put other people's needs first quite a lot. And I feel it's like it's now your time. So for example, if you're retired, it could be that you are thinking, now is my time. What do I really want? You know, how am I establishing my faith, my belief system? You know, where do I want to find my purpose? Where am I drawn to? What is my heart telling me I should be exploring now? Because I get a sense of exploration going on. Now, of course, not everybody who is listening to this reading is retired, but I feel it's the same energy of like, where does my heart feel like it belongs? So I feel like you're doing a lot of soul searching. Pages tend to be like at the start of a journey. So I feel like you're really investing in yourself in a different way. So, I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're literally thinking about traveling because we have the Three of Wands there. But I feel you are on like a magical spiritual journey, and it doesn't feel very magical right now. It feels very practical. But it is going to turn into something really special where your heart is going to be overjoyed. There is celebration. There is people communing together. There is an expansion of opportunity, ideas, of energy. And I just see with the Four of Pentacles, even though you're branching out, trying new things or discovering new things about yourself, there is security. There is groundedness here. And I feel like you're safe to explore new things and, you know, get out there and just, you know, see what else the world has to offer. Because the Three of Wands is to look outward. What else is there to explore? What else can I do? And I feel a lot of you are like in that energy right now. Now, of course, we have the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords, you know, it's a very interesting card because it can indicate that some of you are feeling a little bit like stalemate energy, that you feel perhaps nothing is happening right now. I mean, Two of Swords is actually a really positive card because it means balance in stillness, meditation, really inner reflection in order to adapt to new changes or circumstances that you feel it's necessary to tap into your intuition because change is afoot. But also with the Two of Swords, and you traditionally find it in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Two of Swords, the history of that card is the figure is about to navigate new lands, to really go further afield, and is feeling a little bit hesitant. You know deep down something needs to change, and you know the Devil card there can indicate big change is afoot, and it may actually make you feel a bit nervous, a little bit overwhelmed about these changes. But because they're in the resistance position, it tells me there's nothing to worry about. You know, the Two of Swords indicates there's no threat, there's no difficulty. And the swords there are a protective force. So I definitely see during moments of change, you are protected and redirected. But also the Two of Swords is a card of uncertainty. So some of you may have felt like you've been in limbo, or you've been considering your options right now, and you're trying to think about things. What's right for you is not right for another person. And you may have been looking at other people's expectations upon you, and now you're like craving more independence and saying, no, this is the way I want to do something. And I feel like you've taken some time to remain in a peaceful state of mind, or try to protect your inner peace from outside circumstances or forces that have tried to interrupt you, derail you, or you know, been negative. You know, some of you may have even kept some of the changes that you're making or the plans that you have under wraps, making sure that you don't let anyone else know about what's going on with you, because you're a little bit uncertain as to why when you try something out, it maybe never goes exactly the way you hoped for. So you're wondering, if you talk about it, is it other people who are putting a negative spin on things because they see your greatness and they see that you will rise and accomplish whatever it is you set out to do? Because, you know, you're someone who's bold and daring. You're not afraid to actually go out there and make change. I mean, the Devil card is in the resistance position. It tells me that you are an individual who is a warrior. You are unafraid. Even when you come across difficult circumstances in your life, you're there facing it. You're not running away from it. And other people are not the same. So when they see you doing something bold, daring, unique, or different, things that they could only wish to go out there and accomplish or do, suddenly they start to put a little bit of a negative spin there. So some of you may have been like keeping your plans to yourself at this time until they are fully realized. And then, you know, of course, people can see because they have now become evident on the physical plane. But the Two of Swords in the resistance position, it does tell me that some of you have been mulling something over. You've had something on your mind, trying to find a solution to a situation or look at your options before you make a decision because you feel a little bit stuck right now or you're feeling a little bit hesitant to move forward. But with the star energy, it indicates major clarity, solution, finding a way, and also things just working out the way you'd hoped for, like a miracle. And I know that sounds really sort of far-fetched, but the star energy is really to be inspired, to try new things, and to be given the gift of alignment with your goals and wishes. So that's when the universe parts the way so that you have a clear path to all that you desire. And with that Three of Wands there, that indicates that the path is being made clear. Some of you, you know, you've been waiting, observing, paying attention to the right time to either launch something or make some sort of change. And some of you have been like saving. For example, some of you, it could be that you are waiting for the right moment to move out of a property into your own home, or you've been waiting to perhaps go into real estate, or you've been waiting to buy a property abroad. I say property because Four of Pentacles connects to real estate. For some of you, it's that you're trying to find, you know, some groundedness during difficult times. Whatever it is for you, you will find a way, and the universe actually has a nice little surprise for you there as well, because the Page of Cups indicates, you know, you are going to have something that was unexpected come your way, but it's almost like your dream becomes a reality. Your thoughts are becoming things on the physical plane that you can touch, that are palpable. So I'm really excited because it's like everything that you've been desiring will start to flourish as well. Now we do have the Devil card. It's in the resistance position, exactly where you want it to be. But I feel like you have been acutely aware of something that has been hard to change. Now this could be, you know, we can never change another person. Okay, so some of you have been trying to navigate someone who is very stubborn, someone who is very stuck in their own ways. Could be someone that perhaps has been controlling, or someone that you are tempted to connect to that you feel is not very good for you. It could also be a substance. For some of you, it could be that you're letting go of addictions at this time and you're learning a new way of living, cleansing, purifying. The star energy is healing from those addictions, and it's transforming your life to follow your heart, to feel in some way like you are living life in a different energy where things become a little bit more clear, but also exciting. And it just feels secure and it feels natural. I'm being given the words natural state, natural state. So it could be that some of you are going through that at this time. Now, I definitely see that you're overcoming any of those temptations at this time. You're releasing them because this card is in the resistance position, which really indicates that you are detaching or freeing yourself up from something that you've been aware of, but you found a vulnerability there. So like many, many years ago, I was in a very toxic relationship and, you know, I couldn't shake it. All my friends, my family were like, you deserve better than this. Why are you in this? But I was like, well, you know, I love this person. Or when I look back and have matured, it was more of an obsession with this person, a trauma bonding with this person. But at the time, you know, my limited experience was, I thought it was love. And sometimes we have to detach or take a step back in order to see what we're bonded to and whether it's healthy. So the Devil card, it's not an evil card. It is actually a card that we all experience on our journey in life, where we feel attached to something that we feel stuck or we feel is not good for us. It can also be like a binding of our own. And what I mean by that is that we have a lot of responsibilities. We have things that we force upon ourselves, like expectations, and sometimes we can get stuck and lost in those expectations. If you think you're going to do 20 things today on your list and suddenly you've only done 3 for the end of the day, you're like feeling really bad about yourself that you could have done, you know, a little bit more. Well, no. We need to be a little bit more realistic about our circumstances and say, okay, we've got 20 things that we want to do. Let's prioritize. What's the most important? Let's put 3 of those things on our list for today, and let's see how many we can tick off for today. And then 3 have been done, and then you feel this sense of achievement. Sometimes our own inner critic has such high expectations, it breaks us down. And remember, everything that an inner critic says, our whole body, our whole organs, our brain, our skin, everything's listening. We become what we think we are. And I feel some of you are really looking at this in a very philosophical level and really trying to detach yourself from negativity, both from people, but also of the mind. And we all have it. We all have that inner critic that says, well, what if you fail? What if it doesn't work? What if they don't like you? What if you're not accepted? Well, what if? So you'll just find out. Someone once said to me, never be afraid of the word no. And I thought about that for a long time because no is a very powerful word. It's a whole sentence all by itself. And what the person meant at the time was, if you go for a job, for example, and someone says no, don't just accept that as the answer. Ask why, because you'll never learn. And I feel sometimes, you know, we can be afraid of that word no, or we can be afraid of that, you know, moving forward because we feel something has been rejected. We can be afraid of rejection, for example, but it's just a way of saying, well, this is not for you. There's something better further down the line. Now, of course, the word no, it's a very controversial thing what I'm saying, because if someone is advancing towards you and it is not healthy and you don't want that energy in your life and you say no, it's a whole sentence and it means no. So, of course, I feel, and I don't know why this is coming up, but I feel the word no is something that perhaps some of you are really looking at this moment in time, exerting boundaries, but also learning and shifting from experiences where you feel you've either been rejected from or you feel very disconnected from at this time. So it's almost like you are really doing a deep dive into healthier practices, but also learning about what is for you and what is not meant for you, but also something new that perhaps you're trying to implement into your life or launch even, and you're worried or you have had thoughts of what if it does not work out. But actually I see that you will be secure. The universe is actually giving you the thumbs up. I feel there's an offer on its way to help you do whatever it is you're trying to align yourself with right now. And the 3 of Wands indicates the world is your oyster. What are you waiting for? Get out there. Don't hold back. It's almost like the universe is giving you the green light right now. And I feel there's an incredible experience ahead of you that you're really going to celebrate at this time. Now we do have the Page of Cups. You're someone, actually, I feel, my beautiful Librans, you've been very mature from a very young age. It's almost like you're an old soul, been more mature before your time, but you have a very young heart, very playful heart. But I also feel the world has become very serious around you. So you've had a lot of responsibility on your shoulders and you're trying to reconnect to that open-heartedness, to that playfulness, to that cheerful disposition that you truly are. But you may have felt that things have been feeling really stuck, stagnant, or same, just this, you know, repetitive cycle, and you're trying to reconnect to that part of yourself. You're actually going to, and this is just an aside, you're actually going to get a compliment in the next month and a half is what I'm being given, that you don't look your age, okay? And I feel there's this energy coming right back. It's like you don't act your age either, which is really refreshing. That's for someone out there, I don't know, it must resonate with someone, otherwise it wouldn't come out. But the Page of Cups, it's really about following your heart. And I want you to be aware that what's coming out so much in this reading is that you are such a good friend and a generous, loving human being. It's really coming out how compassionate you are. And I feel that sometimes it feels like a little bit of a lonely journey, or you felt that you've given so much of yourself that you've had sometimes little in return, but actually you're giving and not expecting in return. And, you know, whilst that is a very humble energy for you to be in, I feel it's really important for you to recognize with that 2 of Swords there that the law of the universe is balance. Okay, what you give out, you receive. It comes back to you in a different form, but it still comes back. So I feel some of you are looking at the reciprocity of life and the energy and investment you put into things. And if it's not going your way, you may be rethinking an alternative approach to whatever it is that you're doing. The goal is still the same. You're still going to reach whatever it is that you want to reach, but you may have an alternative approach to it that will be easier on your path. Now, also, I see some of you, you may have thought about investing in a course of learning to develop your spiritual gifts, because I really get this sense of psychic energy coming through, you know, developing your intuition. Some of you have wondered if you've had a gift. It's sporadic, is what I'm seeing here. It will be sporadic for some time, but you will learn to channel it a little bit more. And this course of learning, if you're thinking about taking this, and this may not resonate with everyone, but I feel it definitely will help you. And it's really interesting. I mean, some of you may have thought about scrying, because I'm actually, when I look at the Four of Pentacles there, I'm seeing like someone trying to scry in the water. I'm not seeing my scrying bowl. I'm seeing someone else's scrying bowl there. Almost looks like it's not quite a seashell, but it looks like it has those ridges on it of a seashell there. So someone may be trying to scry. You're definitely going to have a major breakthrough in that. So if you've been trying to do that, it will work really well for you on your spiritual development path. Now, also, I'm getting energy that some of you, you know, you've dedicated your time and your energy to your projects, to your family, to your tasks and responsibilities. And you may have felt that all the energy, it has led you to not ignore a part of your life, but it's almost like the balance would be that some of you may be looking for love, and you may have felt that it hasn't discovered you on the path yet, or you haven't found your soulmate. I definitely see some of you will meet someone traveling, is what I see here. So if you have some travel, you know, booked, or you're thinking about traveling soon, I mean, it could be that this person is traveling to where you're at, but I really get a sense here of you paying for some sort of travel and then, you know, meeting someone where your hearts just connect. And this is a soulmate, okay? But I'm also seeing, and I'm going to pull a card on this, I'm also seeing someone. Again, this reading's not really meant to be about love, but it's coming up, so I have to mention it. Some of you actually have a person in your life already who is deeply in love with you. This is a friend, okay? And I feel like they're waiting a long time to tell you, but I feel this person, they don't want to cross a boundary. They don't want to change the friendship. So I feel like you've helped this person through something really major in their life. How do you feel about this person in a romantic sense? Just want to, Knight of Cups. Ooh, okay. So if you have a crush on somebody, they have a crush on you as well, okay? But I feel with the Three of Wands here, this person is going to come towards you, okay? So I feel like you've been the person who always goes towards other people, but allow this person to come to you, okay? Because I feel this person, they've still got something that they need to resolve, or something you've been helping them with. So if you do have a crush on somebody, this person feels the same way. I do see that there will be a high level commitment with this person later on, but it'll be a very slow, organic, you know, process. I feel like you have thought about this person, you know, to be in a relationship with before, okay? Now, moving away from love, because that almost like nudged its way into this reading. This reading really wasn't meant to be about love. I feel a lot of you are really looking at your goals and dreams and being very realistic about them, creating a plan and following that plan. And your plan is rooted in a practical sense where you're making a lot of effort and dedicating yourself to make it happen. Your commitment is second to none. So I definitely see something that you love doing, or something that you have been following at this time is going to show up for you. And I feel the universe is encouraging you because you're on the right path, okay? A lot of you, it's like you trying to discover your purpose at this time. Some of you may have felt like you've been drifting for a little bit, or you feel like you know your purpose, or you know the goal, but it's really hard to get there. There's been some obstacles, but the path is being made clear and you're aligning yourself with it now. Now we also have the Three of Wands here. The Three of Wands is it's like an indication that you have been hoping to move forward, but you've been feeling like you've been in the same position. Sometimes, even when it feels like nothing is happening, trust in the process. Things are going to develop in very unexpected ways, and I feel you're going to see that things have been orchestrated behind the scenes. The Three of Wands here is an indication that you've been personally on a journey of self-discovery, but also building in confidence, and I feel things are actually going to work out better than you expect. Sometimes, especially if you've had some sort of traumatic experience that you've had, because I see like a buried traumatic experience here. Some of you have almost been in fight or flight mode, where you are conditioned because of those turbulent experiences to expect the worst. However, the best is yet to come. And I feel some of you are stepping into the unknown in some area of your life. It just feels like you are the student, you're learning, or you're doing something differently. It could be that you're actually just reconnecting to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. And it's almost like re-navigating that part of yourself. But I feel there's some wonderful things here ahead of you. And I'm also getting, like the Three of Wands, a lot of you asking, am I on the right path? Is this right for me? This card is indicative of being on the right path, and that there are more opportunities that lie ahead for you because you're making really good choices for yourself right now, and you're in harmony with your heart's desire. So I feel like you're a highly creative person as well, and you are the sort of person who needs a healthy creative or just a healthy channeled output of energy, because sometimes if you're not doing, and this is something that perhaps some of you have been looking at, if you found that you're always trying to be doing something, it's almost like it makes you feel like you're not bored or procrastinating. You always have to be doing something. So I feel there may be something that perhaps was potentially on your mind that maybe you have been trying to resolve, or that you've just got closure on or healing from, and you found that actually you were avoiding thinking about it or approaching it because instead you were just doing. So my guys just said clarify more. So I'm trying to think of an experience that may be similar. So when I was in that toxic relationship, for example, when I came out of it and I was a very broken person, I embraced art. I channeled a lot of my emotions onto the canvas. And it's really interesting because I'd always thought, well, I'm not an artist. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just getting some paint and I'm just putting out there. But it's like, don't be afraid of the blank canvas. And I feel that's also very true of life. Don't be afraid of the blank canvas. When you feel like you're starting something new, or where you're embracing something new, it's not to be feared. It's actually quite exciting because anything could happen. And you are in control of that. So I feel, this is a time of exploration, of you really connecting to what your heart desires. And, your life can go in any direction, but whatever direction you choose it to go in, there's going to be a lot of fun along the way. And also I feel some of you, there's this energy of wanting to be a little bit more integrated in like a group with that Three of Wands, because the Page of Pentacles is like you always have to make the effort. You're always having to do the stuff. And it's like you may like a little bit more support, like a stronger support network. I actually see that you have a lot of people around you who really deeply care about you. But I see a deeper support network coming in the future as well if you're searching for your soul tribe. And we do have that Four of Pentacles, which is really about security long term, but it's also a reminder of not letting life pass you by. Because of course we all have responsibilities. We all have to focus on finances, paying bills, all the things that we all get caught up in. Who created money? Who created all these things? Let's go back in time and say, no, let's live off the land and connect to nature and not let anything else get in the way of that. But here we are, and we all have to focus on these responsibilities and tasks. So I feel like you're trying to find the happy medium between connecting to nature, living fun times, enjoying yourself with friends, being more sociable, but also responsibilities, negotiating a budget, making sure that you keep on top of things, and also focusing on your goals, your dreams, your plans. Life is a lot. We've got a lot going on, but I see you really navigating things really well. And sometimes you need to give yourself a little bit more credit because you have really high expectations and you don't give credit where it's due. So you really need to, I feel like you're being encouraged at this time to celebrate yourself a little bit more and to recognize actually you should be truly proud of yourself. Life is hard and you're doing a really good job based on the circumstances that you got. I definitely see you're turning it around in some way. Now, also, of course, Four of Pentacles is a card that indicates, you know, you being clever with your finances, especially with the Page of Pentacles. A lot of you are looking at savings plans or trying to, you know, do repayments and make sure you save a little bit more. Think about pensions and, you know, all the serious stuff. But also with that Three of Wands, you want to have a little bit more fun there as well. And I'm getting with this Four of Pentacles an energy of taking ownership of your life, of, you know, a lull in action often offers you like a chance to dream even bigger than before. So when we're given a pause, it means we can really, you know, connect to our inner world where we can manifest on a deeper level. And you can feel secure in knowing that, you know, the greater things are on the way and that you're moving away from disappointment and sadness. And, you know, we'll all experience those things in our lifetime. That's something that we can never truly avoid in life. That's human nature because we care so much. And I feel like some of you are coming to terms with those feelings as well, about caring so much. And it's not that you're going to care less. I feel it's that you are just going to navigate more space for yourself. It's almost like you are empowering yourself by changing the space that you kind of take up in your energetic field. And I'm getting this energy as well of the security of the good old days. You know, we can look back on things with rose-tinted glasses, but do remember that there are better times ahead as well. I feel right now you're responding to your desires and you're having faith that these things will work out for you. And I can see that they are going to work out for you. But also, I want you to be aware of this card in particular. It's never really associated with sunflowers, but there's lots of sunflowers in this card. Sunflowers, you know, they only follow the sun throughout the day. So you are choosing to be happy for yourself. You're choosing to follow your heart, and you're choosing to really locate what it is that makes you truly feel secure and radiant and at peace. And I just feel now is your time. And I feel all your efforts will come to fruition in whatever it is that you're trying to navigate at this time. And you're not allowing any fears to get in the way. It's almost like you're coming unstuck in some way as well. So if you've been feeling things have been a little bit, you know, repetitive, or you've been feeling a little bit stuck in a cycle of repeat, because we can all get stuck in a narrative, you know, and it's about coming out of that and literally letting go. As you can see there, that's the card that's popped out there for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay, so we have let go. I mean, really let go. There's something better on the horizon. I mean, I think I pretty much tapped into that energy. There's something in and around that word no that perhaps I didn't fully explain or really go a little bit further on, but I really feel some of you, there may have been a disappointment, or you're looking at why is one thing for you and not another thing, and you know, everything will be revealed to you as you discover your journey. And I definitely see that there are brighter things ahead for you. You know, the star energy, it literally means there is a brighter future to look forward to, and that your future self is going to really thank you for listening to your heart in this moment and putting all the effort into the things that you feel called to at this time. Now, you've also got you're exactly where you need to be. You know, there is this energy of sometimes when we feel nothing is happening, we get a little bit frustrated. Society has told us we should be busy all the time, always on the go, investing our energy, making things happen. But sometimes we need to stop. We need to reflect. We need to recharge. We need to get our head straight. We need to realign. And, you know, society should really embrace that a little bit more as well, because we're not machines. We're not like always on the go. We're not built to just be always on the go. You know, we are a human being, not a human doing. And I feel you're really taking stock of the next steps on your path. And I definitely see that you're exactly where you are meant to be, but I also see the trajectory that you're on. You're making the right decisions for your life, and you're going to be so proud of the outcome and whatever it is that you're achieving. And you did this all by yourself. Page of Pentacles, you are someone who is committed to your own needs, someone who's committed to your plans, your responsibilities. You're going to see results generated because you are a doer. You make life happen for you. You're not here to let life happen to you. So I definitely see that you're finding the happy medium, because Page of Pentacles is to offer. It is to, give up energy. Page of Cups is to receive something that was unexpected, a dream, something you've been investing in, being offered to you to follow your heart. So I really feel like you're finding the flow of, taking action, as in the masculine energies of moving forward, and the feminine energies of to receive. So some of you, like on a more philosophical level, you may have been looking at areas where someone maybe paid you a compliment and you felt that you had to pay one back, because you find it hard to take a compliment. Now, you didn't think, oh, they gave me a compliment, so I must give them one back. It was just like a knee-jerk reaction. And I feel some of you, you're so used to giving that you have almost like forgotten your own needs and forgotten to receive. Even though you want to receive, even though you're open to the universe to receive, you're sort of like go-getting energy is always like moving forward, offering up. Now's your time to sit back and open your arms and say, I receive. And I see love coming in if you're looking for it. I also see an opportunity coming in if you're trying to align with that. And I see you feeling secure in the balance that you've created in your own life. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, we have... Isn't that interesting? So we have 3 trinkets that indicate soulmate coming in. So if you're looking for a soulmate, there's definitely one coming in. But we have a seahorse. Okay, now the seahorse is interesting. Of course, it connects to soulmate. So you will be aligning yourself with a partner very soon if you're looking for one. But also, it's about doing something in a different way, not, adhering to expectations, because the seahorse, the male seahorse, actually carries the eggs. So this is, nature flipping the script and doing things in a different way. And I feel like you are flipping the script in your life in some way to do something in a different way. You're not adhering to expectations. You're following the beat of your own drum. And I feel like you're establishing yourself, learning more about you, your personal power, and doing something that is actually going to be very exciting for you. Now, we've also got a wonderful dragonfly there, okay? Now, again, that also connects to a soulmate energy, but a dragonfly only lives for a very short period of time, and it gets caught up in that wonderful dance of life, and it enjoys the moment. And I feel this is something that you are also thinking about. How much time do you spend doing things that you really enjoy? You must enjoy the moment, living in the present. So I feel some of you are trying to live more intentionally, but also to find peace in the present moment, because we can't be in the past, we can't be in the future, we live in the now. So a lot of you may be trying to focus on the now. So, there is a book by Eckhart Tolle, you may have heard of it, The Power of Now. Some of you maybe feel called to read that book, or you may have just finished it, or you may have heard about it or not, and you discover it very soon. It could be that it just pops up on your feed, or, you walk into a store and it's right in front of you. I'm being given this energy of now. So I can see the book in the water because I'm scrying, and I feel it may have been calling to some of you. And of course, we've got the rose. Now, rose also connects to romance. But if you think about a rose, it blossoms and it has so many thorns. So it's really hard to achieve picking the rose. I always say, don't pick the rose. Leave the rose to grow all by itself. But of course, humans, we've always picked the rose, and the thorns are painful, but the reward is sweet. So I feel some of you have been going through something really difficult, but you will blossom because of it. Also, the thorns protect the rose. So I feel some of you, you've been in a protective mode while you heal and blossom. And I feel that you will be triumphant on your personal journey of discovery and your development and evolution there as well. So I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message, lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. This reading is just a little bonus one, something very different. I will be doing my other readings, of course. This was just a little bonus there to check in with you all. And it may not resonate with everyone, but I thought I'd tap into the main energies that I could feel during this time. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, and love and light.